Okay, everybody, I am not gonna lie. I was dreading hitting that live button, man. I didn't know if they were gonna block me again. So whatever the problem was, it got fixed. I'm happy about that. Remember yesterday, not once but twice, I couldn't get on with you guys. Look, man, it could have been a glitch. Probably was. That's okay. Look, so here we are. It's Wednesday, May 14th, right? May 14th. Let me look. Yeah, May 14th, 2025. I got a little present for you. For those keep asking, here he is. Hi, buddy. Daddy, get a kiss? He doesn't want to kiss Daddy. Yeah, let's show everybody how cute you are. Look at this. You guys really want to see his hammer. What? What? Oh, thank you. All right, guys, listen. We have, you know what? I'm going to put him down. He's a little restless over here. We have a lot to cover today. What really should be the headline across, I mean, I'm talking about every single mainstream media outlet is what just happened with the European Central Bank, just pretty much laid out that they may be de-dollarizing. This is epic. This is literally the biggest thing pretty much that I could possibly imagine happening. But again, this is no surprise. Let me ask all of you here. Okay. We're all friends, right? We can talk about anything. Thank you. 5x5. I appreciate that. Hippie Jah's Temple. Love it. Hippie Jah. Look at that one, man. Lion of Judah. King of Kings. Conqueror of the Lion of Judah. I love it. All right. Anyway, guys, listen, we got to talk. So you guys don't want to hold dollars. Well, no one wants to hold dollars anymore. They're being systematically erased. And when you have a situation like we have now, massive debts and deficits ballooning out of control, record spending bills, it's out of control, and a calls, of course, for a weaker dollar and a weaker currency, obviously, and lower rates. Who would want to hold a dollar? Not even the European Central Bank. And we're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about some propaganda. You know, when we nail something to the freaking wall, actually, you know what? Let's start off with that. How many of you recall, I don't know, a couple of months ago, you and I right here said we were going to start to see propaganda saying inflation is dropping. Inflation is falling. Don't believe your lying eyes. Well, here's a headline for you. Do you remember just yesterday? What did we find out? That inflation is rising at a moderate pace by their own words. But according to this headline, inflation just hit a 4-year low. I did not make this up. This is just, snap a picture up and I print it out. Inflation just hit a 4-year low. Look who it is over there. Go, go. So, wow. I mean, honestly, people, this is how dumb they think we are. They think we're absolutely freaking brain dead. That they tell us inflation is rising by their own numbers. They tell us, and here we just hit a 4-year low. How does that work? Does someone around here want to tell me how that one works? Kind of interesting. And I love it when we nail it to the wall. Now, let's talk about a few other things before we move on. So the U.S. 10-year yield, people, there's a big sell-off here going on in the debt market. No one wants the dollar. No one wants U.S. debt here, period. No one wants any kind of government debt at this point. And there's only a matter of time before this all gets dumped simultaneously in a massive way. So you got the 10-year yield rising. I mean, that's debt being dumped. Bond yields rise when debt is dumped. You understand? I think you do. The dollar holding on for dear life here. Okay, the Dixie over 101, it's not going to hold. Again, calls for a weaker dollar. Vast debt expansion on a massive scale in the European Central Bank, which I really want to get into. And then we're going to talk about how the whole system is zombified, more so than ever before. So look, the stock market, again, we're doing nothing here. All the news about the historic deal, UK, United States, there's no deal there. All right. With regard to China, there's no deal there either. It's a postponement. And no issues have been resolved either way, but it's the greatest thing. It's fantastic. You know it is, because that's what we're hearing from the illustrious one. But here's what's going on in the market. We got a Dow lower. All right, S&P flat. NASDAQ putting on some gains. All right. Commodities got hit today, but people, you know what I'm going to tell you. This is a buying opportunity pretty much across the board. You got gold down, you got silver down, you got crude oil. Crude oil has made a heck of a run lately. Even gold and silver, you should expect this kind of stuff now. For those of you that are interested in all this, every single day now, don't ask me why, God Almighty, I've given myself this job, but I do a review of the S&P 500, how to trade it, crude oil, how to trade it, gold, how to trade it. I also do a little thing on Bitcoin and XRP because you asked me to, and it's right there on my website. Link in the description of this video. Just go click on that and you can see it. And I'll have a fresh one out for you. Give me a couple hours on that. I haven't even started on it, guys. Now I want to talk about what literally should be the biggest story right now. The biggest story, period, the end. This is Reuters. Reuters, I guess, broke this story. European Central Bank presses banks on dollar funding over Trump concerns. Now, look, Trump is looking to kill the dollar along with the Federal Reserve. They are working together, and it's going to happen. I've outlined this for you a million freaking times. I spoke about it this morning with these corporations here, defaults here, corporate debt, big problems here. It's massive, and we're gonna talk a little bit more about that too, because it's not getting any attention. But here we have the European Central Bank talking about disconnecting from the dollar. It's an incredible thing. I mean, this literally should be the headline across the sky, but it's not getting. They bury this stuff because you're not supposed to know. So, London today, European Central Bank supervisors are listening to this, are asking some of its region's lenders to assess their need for U.S. dollars in times of recent stress. In other words, we don't need this freaking thing anymore. The dollar's getting decimated. The dollar's getting killed. It's not getting a lifeline. We are not returning purchasing power to the currency. We are not going back to a gold system. President Trump could end the Fed today. I can't believe I'm still hearing from people, Greg, you don't understand. Trump's going to end the Fed. We heard the same thing during the last tenure, and all he did was make the Federal Reserve the strongest organization in the history of the world, ballooning debts and deficit. They can't see it. They're blind. I mean, I don't know what that red hat means. I'm brain dead. Maybe that's what it means. I don't know. They can't see it. But he could kill the Fed today in 7 seconds. I did a video about it. I wrote up 7 seconds. By the time he finishes his signature there, the Fed is gone. We get to monetize the gold, back it with the dollar, and the people at the Federal Reserve that do well there, the ghouls and the cash and carries and the Powell himself, they'd be out looking for a job. But that's not what's happening here. And obviously the European Central Bank sees that as well. So let me finish reading through this here with you. So nearly 1/5 of Euro banks' funding are denominated in U.S. dollars. So this is tremendous. If the European Central Bank decides to get out of the dollar, this is going to create a mechanism here where the dollar is not needed anymore. So those dollars there will come rushing back home, exacerbate inflation, currency devaluation. This should be pretty obvious to you here. It's crazy. Anyway, look, so basically what I wrote here is pretty much this is self-explanatory. If you want this, it's in your inbox right now. You could read it, but this is what it actually means here. So I wrote, Lions, what this signals, the European Central Bank sees risk in the dollar. You see it, I see it, everyone sees it, except for those with the red hats on. They don't know what's going on. They have no clue. They don't know what's upside down, backwards, or sideways anymore, but that's okay. They follow a man here who practices devilism. I don't know another way to put it. So what this signals, European Central Bank signals, sees risk in the dollar, and this is a massive shift here. Europe may begin diversifying. This is hard to read backwards. Diversifying away from dollar exposure. Thank you, Ronix. I appreciate that. Holding fewer dollar-denominated reserves, possibly accelerating central bank digital currency integration to bypass the U.S. dollar settlements, building new swap lines outside the Fed, possibly a new alliance with China and the BRICS nations. This could spark and would spark faster dollar devaluation. It's an incredible thing to see that the world today is backing away from the dollar. And I'm telling you, I don't. Maybe you guys can. Maybe Ronix here can even explain it to me. Why is this not the front page of the Wall Street Journal, Reuters, which it is here, obviously, CNBC? Why is no one talking about it? Because you're not allowed to know. They bury it. kind of like the deceptions here that inflation is at a 4-year low. You can't make it up. You can't make it up. It's impossible to do. All right, guys, listen. So what I want to cover with you is this. I want you to understand what's going on. Another thing that I put out. Look, you don't even understand, guys and girls. I have volumes of material that I am going to keep putting out to you. Most of it's already done. And so you're going to get at least 1, 2, maybe even 3 newsletters from me moving forward. I have a backlog of information, and I'm going to urge you guys to, if you get something out of it, like this piece here, this is in your inbox as well. I put it out today. You get something out of this, I'd appreciate it if you get it out there and you share it. So here we go. Lions, the entire system has become a zombie. Now I wrote, need some proof? Well, here we go. So Lions, and I wrote here, I have a backlog of things I am working on for you, not for me, for you. So, but I want to start off with what is going on right now. You will never hear this from Bloomberg, from CNBC, the Wall Street Journal, President Trump, the Federal Reserve. They can't allow you to know this stuff. It's got to be buried, kind of like how the European Central Bank may be backing out of their dollar-denominated assets. You can't make that up, but it's actually true. Look that up for yourself. So I want to start off with what is going on right now. Now, this morning, I covered what's going on right now with regard to these corporations here. And I wanted to elaborate a little further because this here is really a window into what's going on here behind the scenes. Because once this fails, and again, these corporations here are the bridge between central banks, the economy, you, pension funds, everything it's all connected to this. This is huge. It's not getting any attention, so let's move forward. Anyway, regarding zombie corporations, I'm going to give you some examples here. Now, I wrote, please feel free to look up any of this on your own. This is in your inbox, so you can fact check me. All right, Ronix, I'm going to give this to you. Your job today is to fact check Greg Mannarino and tell Greg Mannarino and everyone who follows Greg Mannarino's work where Greg got this wrong. So let's start with this. Let's define what a zombie corporation is. Most of you already know, but let's just put it together. A zombie corporation is a company that can't generate enough profit to cover the interest payments on its debt. It's financially dead, but is kept alive by cheap borrowed money. These companies survive. Does this sound like the United States of America to you? It is, because the United States itself is a zombie corporation that cannot survive without exploding debts and deficits on a massive scale. Why do you think we just got the largest spending bill in the history of the world? 400 million. Oh boy. Are we getting cut off? No. Are we back? Guys and girls, can you hear me? We're back. Thank you, Love. I appreciate that. If Biden would have been getting gifted, imagine this, a $400 million jet from Qatar, the Red Hats would be, you would hear them screaming from the other side of the world. If Biden were getting involved creating a crypto dynasty with his sons on a scale that we've never seen before, with his largest investors, the Middle East, the Red Hats would be throwing up on themselves. They would be passing out. The emergency rooms around the nation would be full. But you see, they can't push back. They become mute. When they see this stuff, they can't talk. They can't speak. They become dumbfounded. It's a fact. This too, the United States is a zombie corporation, not Trump's fault. He helped do it. During his last tenure, Biden did it, Obama did it. You want to go back as far as you want to go. But we have a zombie nation and zombie corporations. So this is what this comes down to. They consume resources without producing real growth. Yes, that's the United States as well as these corporations, these zombie corporations. They inflate stock markets falsely. And when rates rise or credit tightens, they collapse. Why do you think President Trump is saying we need a weaker dollar? We need lower rates. Again, what I'm talking about here pertains directly to the United States of America itself. Again, we're making it great again. And of course, this $600 billion investment that the Saudis have pledged to invest here in the United States, they're probably going to build concentration camps here. You do realize that, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're on the same page. That's their commitment, but because they're the beacon of freedom, just like Qatar is, the Saudis and Qatar, beacons of freedom. Yeah. If Biden would have said that, the Red Hats again would have their heads up their coolie. You know, they wouldn't know what to do with themselves. They have to be mute. They have to stand close. They have to sit like this, like the God-loving people they are. Yeah, make it up. You can't do it. So anyway, here, when rates rise or credit tightens, they collapse, triggering layoffs, defaults, and of course, contagion. Zombie corporations are the walking dead of the financial world, propped up by debt, feeding on illusion, and collapsing the moment the system demands life instead of leverage. Now, pay attention to this part here. This is where I actually give you some examples, because Greg always lies to you. Greg might be lying right now. Okay. Uh, as of mid 2024, there's no more recent data that I could find. There are nearly 7,000 public traded zombie companies worldwide, with 2,000 alone here in the United States. Now, this surge is attributed to years of low interest rates that encourage excessive borrowing, period. The end. No, I'm going to give you some examples here. This is from various sources. You can verify everything I said or not, whatever you want to do. Again, this is in your inbox, all right? I really want you guys and girls, especially Ronix here, to get in here and verify that what I am saying is true. Notable examples, various sources. Several well-known companies have been identified as zombie corporations, and there are more. I just listed a few of them below. Let's just look at a few together here. Let's do this. Carnival Cruise Line, that's one. JetBlue, Peloton, Manchester, Wayfarer, AMC, Gertz Global Holdings. I mean, then I give you what's going on. I tell you exactly, outline what's going on. So let's do this last part together. The global financial system, which includes the United States, is a zombie structure. Why? Lions. This is the big secret you're not supposed to know. The system itself is a zombie because it continues to consume way more than it produces. Governments run perpetual deficits, which they have no intention of ever paying back. Someone brought up a good point. President Trump, sell the $400 million plane that you're getting as Air Force One, and use that to help pay off the debt. Bet you won't do it. Anyway. Governments run perpetual deficits, borrowing to fund basic operations. Central banks print money, not for growth, but to push off collapse. Corporations even borrow to buy back shares of their own stock, not to innovate. Now, there is no real recovering from this, people. And all we hear about is vast debt expansion. Does that sound familiar to you? You see, because you and I right here over and over and over have talked about that. That's all we're going to see. Vast debt expansion on a massive scale. It's not going to stop. Why do you think we just got a $1.32 trillion spending bill? Does that make sense to you or no? You see, some people are going to say, Greg is a very bad boy. He hates Trump. He hates Trump. I hate the system. And you know what? He's part of it too. We're not making anything great again. We're certainly making the Middle East richer and great again. Trump and his sons with their crypto dynasty that they're building, their largest investors, and I am still waiting to be called out on this. Ronix, here's a job for you, buddy. You there? Verify what I'm telling you. Bet you can't tell anyone the truth, but no one can. His largest investors, President Trump, in his crypto dynasty, well, of course, it's the Middle East. It's Qatar, who just gave him a $400 million plane. It's the Saudis with their $600 billion investment in the United States to build concentration camps. The President Trump's $142 billion weapons deal he just made to make sure that the Saudis have the most, his words, the most up-to-date military equipment in the world. Well, what about the United States? Are we not supposed? And again, the BRICS, they're loving this because the Saudis are part of the system. And so why do you think that the European Central Bank wants to jump ship? Why do you think? Tell me, why is this not headline news everywhere? Everywhere. Because you see, you're not allowed to know it. Sound about right? Sound about right, guys and girls? I don't know what to tell you. What can I tell you? What can I tell you? I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, isn't that interesting? You're absolutely right. Why is it that President Trump and Elon Musk didn't rush over to Fort Knox to see if the gold was there? Because they don't give a damn. We're building a crypto empire. That's what President Trump and his sons are doing here. Oh, yeah. Screw the United States. Let's become the crypto capital of the world. Meanwhile, the BRICS nations are loading up on gold. You can't make that up. So how are we making America great again by being flipped into a crypto system and not going back into a gold-backed system, which President Trump could end the Fed right now, because that's it. He's the great destroyer. The man does not create anything. Just in case you were wondering. Lion of Norway. Love that. No, there are not, by the way. Hold on a minute. Whoa. Let me come back from that. I only listed a few companies here. There are over 7,000 companies that are zombified right now. So you do a little homework here. I only listed 7 or so. So you guys and girls got to look into that. It's kind of interesting. Oh, anyway, guys and girls, Tim, I wish that would happen, bro. I wish we'd end this organization. 7 seconds. President Trump would give the gift of the gift of the gift to the world, to God and man, if he would get rid of the Federal Reserve. In 7 seconds, he could do it. Do you realize that's the power of the presidency of the United States, the Gold Reserve Act of 1934? All the red hats, they don't even know it exists. They can't know because they have an IQ level in the negative. But if they understood what was going on, then they would really understand what's going on, but they can't. The Epstein list. Where's that? Can't be released. The most powerful men in the world, including the Saudi prince, is on there, and President Trump, who is best friends with Epstein, said it himself. Also, all over the Epstein list. You're never going to get it. So just so you know, it was promised to you because you were lied to, but you're not going to get it. You're never going to get it. And if you got it, it's going to be redacted up the wazoo schwazoo. See what I'm talking about? We all know Trump is in on it, man. Otherwise, they would have released it by now. Come on, guys. You can't make this stuff up. All they're doing, it's a smoke screen and everything. It's a zombified nation, it's a zombified country. We're making deals with the devil all over the place. I don't know another way to put this, guys and girls. I really, really don't. Anyway, guys, you want to cover anything else here before we get out? Look at Coco. You see him over there? Coco. There you go, buddy. You got to love him, right? So don't say I don't bring him out for you guys. I listen to you. I really, really do, honestly. Tom, I don't own the miners. I think there is definitely a few of these that are ownable. Absolutely. I don't follow it enough that I would feel comfortable giving you any kind of advice on the miners. I really don't. And I look, man, I talk about things that I feel like I understand. I own. Okay. I do not want to venture out into things that I really don't study constantly. Like all this stuff that we just talk about. It's all I think about. I'm obsessed with it. I really, really am. And I like to expose things for what they are. It's too easy. Look, man, they make this so simple for you and I. You don't got to be smart. You don't even have to have even maybe 3 functioning brain cells to put this together. It's just is what it is. Where Corvette dude, another guy after my own heart. I just did a new review of this. Came out yesterday. Go to my website. There is a link in the description of this video. Every day I do a Bitcoin and XRP outlook. All right. If you go there right now, just click on that link, open up a new window, scroll down. You're going to see right at the top, you're going to see the S&P 500 or the SPY, the ETF that tracks it, my breakdown and trades. Right below that, you're going to see oil, USO, ticker, my breakdown and trades. Right below that, you're going to see GLD, breakdown and trades. And right below that, you're going to see Bitcoin XRP. I got you guys. And I do this because you asked me to. So I do, and I do it every day. And I have no life. Believe me, I don't have any life at all. I sit here all day long going over this stuff. And then, look, man, I love being here with you guys. I really, really do. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I feel like it's my job. It's my calling to do this. Anyway, anything you guys want to talk about before we get out of here? Let's just do a quick review. Honestly, guys and girls, you can't make the. Oh, hold it. I got one more thing. This is what the market wants. This is in your inbox too. You want a freak show? You got it. Lions, this is what this freak show of a market wants. Are you ready? I'm glad I looked. It's called a Trump put. What is a Trump put? What is a Trump put? We're right over here. A bet that Trump plus the Fed will inflate the everything bubble to an extreme. But how? By slashing rates, devaluing the dollar, and triggering and triggering open in-our-face QE again, a full-blown fake resurrection ritual of a rotting system, a zombie system. Now, this here, when I read this is what I thought about. So anyway, here's what this market, which isn't a market, is really doing. The breakdown: tech, crypto, meme stocks, all riding on the fumes of monetary hopium, and it's going to get it. Front running the collapse of the dollar. Rate cut expectations are now priced in. Obviously, the global bid for gold, silver, and commodities is already revealing the truth behind the trade. The coming Trump put isn't about saving the market, the economy, you, me, or anything else. Oh no, it's about killing the dollar to keep the illusion alive. But the patient is already brain dead. But you see, Greg has TDS. That's what everyone says. Greg has TDS. Let's do this together. Let's hold. Greg. Wait, I just got a flashback of Janet Yellen. You want me to do Janet? Greg? Yes, Janet. You got TDS. Thank you. Thank you. Come on, guys. No one said I was normal. I'm not trying to be normal. You know what? Let me tell you something. It's all right to be different. Don't let them tell you can't be different. You can't grow out your hair. You can't grow a beard. You can't dress the way you want. You can't do what you want. You see, that's what they want you to conform. Not only is it all right to be different, but it should be our freaking a goal in life to be different. Why? You want to be like everybody else in your neighborhood? I mean, what do you want, man? You know, be different. Yes, indeed, Jeff. You're 100% right. Anyway, guys, listen. I think I laugh at myself because you see, I'm freaking. There's something going on here with Greg Mannarino, and I wish I knew what it was, because I don't know. I really don't. Normal is boring, Bernard. You're 100% right. So let's all be different. Starting today, we're all going to do something different. I don't know. Grow out your hair, grow out a beard, be a little radical, you know. And I think we're all going to be good looking. Jeff, thank you. I appreciate that. All right. I'm out of here. Love you guys. I really want you to think about what we are speaking about. Now, again, this is the biggest story that no one's talking about. The European Central Bank here looking to de-dollarize, essentially. Dr. Rizwan, thank you. I'm laughing at the mask behind it. Yes, I am. You see what this man just said? I can't. It's not the mask that I hate so much. People like, Greg, you hate Donald Trump. I don't hate anybody, but I hate the mask that they wear, and I really hate what lies behind the mask much, much more. What lies behind the mask, people, we are being, I mean, this is an incredible thing. I mean, I'll tell you, look, man, let me give you just one more example of what I'm talking about. This is what really gets to me. By their own numbers, inflation is rising, but they're telling you here, this is Market Watch, look it up for yourself. Inflation just hit a 4-year low. We said this would happen. There's going to be more propaganda, more lies, more deceptions, more look here, don't look over there. Don't you dare look over there. I guarantee it. That's where we're at. That's where we're at. I'm a mess. All right. Love you. See you in the morning. If I've earned your thumbs up, I appreciate that. I really, really would. Get this video out there. Share it far and wide. So we've exposed the system for what it is. It's a zombie. It's a zombie system that sucks and sucks and sucks more without putting out anything here. And right now, we are in a debt expansion phase worse than we've ever seen before. Where's all the red hats that were so upset about Biden when he did it? What about now? I'm not making fun of these red hats, man. I'm not talking about people that support Trump. I'm talking about the people that are deranged. And there's deranged people on both sides of it, all right? The opposite of the red hats are the freaking Democrats. Some of them are so twisted that they seriously need to have an exorcism, or have something done to them. There's always extremes here and here. You understand? Most people fall in the middle of the bell curve. Remember those bell curves back in school? You got the red hats here, you got the freaking freak show Democrats on this side, and then you got you and me, man. And we laugh. We sit here above that. We see they're over here. The bell curve looks like this. See what I'm talking about? So right here you got the red hats. Right here, you got the twisted Democrats, some of them, again, who have no clue what they're doing. And right here, you and I look down on all of them. Yes, we do look down on them. And we laugh at them. We laugh and we laugh and we laugh. And then you know what we do? We laugh even more. It's really the truth. You can't fix it. Out of here. See you in the morning.